Welcome to Chamber Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. We have a wonderful guest in studio, someone you really want to pay attention to and listen to. It's Rick Lochner. And Rick, you're with RPC Leadership Associates.
Yes.
Interesting business, really what we need these days. So tell me a little bit about the scope of your business.
Well, the scope of the business is really around making leadership a way of life. I mean, that's the very premise of why I started the business. And it's built around the idea that leadership, true leadership, and we certainly, I hate to say it, we have plenty of examples of why we need it in politics and sports and business, et cetera. But it's built around the idea that leadership is an attitude. And so like an attitude, it's developed over time. And so making leadership a way of life means leadership is you. It's not something you go to a 3-hour event to learn. It's not something that you read a book and learn. It's something that is you. It's your attitude, it's your belief system, and consequently it's the behaviors that come out of that.
So are leaders born or are they made?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the nature-nurture argument,
Yes.
absolutely. We're all born with a set of characteristics which essentially defines our left and right boundaries, right? I mean, if you want to be in the NBA and your DNA puts you at 5'5", unless you're Muggsy Bogues or I think there's one other.
Yeah.
But that's more than likely that's going to define your left and right boundaries. But so that's nature. Nurture, you can develop the leadership skills within those left and right boundaries. I believe everybody has leadership potential. Research has shown that people that you would not normally see as leaders, but at a spur of the moment, without provocation, they step up and lead. A good example would be somebody who, a total stranger, runs into a burning building and rescues somebody that they don't even know. That is leadership. That's taking a goal or an objective and executing on that, and that's leadership. That's the attitude of leadership.
What makes your business different? There's lots of coaching companies out there, lots of leadership companies, but you seem different to me. What makes you different?
Well, there's probably two things that make me different, or make RPC different. One is just the attitudinal approach. Far too many people are looking for the quick fix.
Yes.
Right? They're looking for the silver bullet, if you will. And to make leadership effective, it is an attitude. As I tell many prospects and clients, I'm really in the attitude adjustment business. And so, and that always raises a chuckle, because the last time anybody said adjust your attitude, we were probably being scolded as teenagers. But nonetheless, that is unique, and that's a unique approach in that we're looking at developing a different attitude, which we define as habit of thought. And like any habit, if you want to change that habit, you have to replace it with something else. That's just normal habit changing.
Right.
And the second piece of it is, you're right, there are a lot of business coaches. As I say, there's probably one on every street corner in the Chicagoland area, but none of them have the ability to bring a military background, an academic background, a Fortune 100, entrepreneurial, nonprofit, all to bear in all of the experience that has defined my career and what I bring to the experience that I bring to my clients. My clients are businesses that are running a good business. Maybe they've plateaued. Maybe they're quite frankly, I've got clients that are growing so fast that the growth itself has caused them concern that says, it's like
how do you lead with all that growth? Right.
When you've got hold of something and it gets bigger and you start to lose your grip, and that's so they call me and said, how do I stay ahead of this?
Right.
And so it's that experience that I bring that I have found very few in the market that can bring that to bear.
Now, you mentioned briefly who your clients are, and they're current leaders, and so they may want to go from good to great, but they're small business owners, they're not-for-profit, they run the gambit of the industries?
Typically, and you'll hear people will work with certain demographics. I work with psychographics. I work with people who have the attitude of they want to improve. And so what I have found is three market segments that have really, that I've been able to help, that have really benefited from working with RPC, and that is the small business owners, an often ignored group.
Yes.
But it's, if you believe all the political rhetoric, we're the backbone of the economic recovery.
Yep.
So, but not every small business owners knows how to do that.
Right.
And that's part of it. Certainly the corporate leadership team, in that mid-market, they're growing globally.
Mm-hmm.
They're growing nationally, and again, there's a right way and a wrong way to grow, and developing the right people to truly be a 21st century company. And then there's the nonprofit space.
Yeah.
The recession has really created an awareness in the nonprofit segment that says, okay, we've been fighting this feeling for years that we're a nonprofit. So business people kind of keep your distance, when in fact it is a business.
Oh, it is.
And by virtue of the fact that I sit on 3 boards and I do coach, I am an executive coach for a nonprofit foundation. I've been able to help several nonprofits in this area really get back on track and really look at their business, their nonprofit business, in a way that is very different than they did before the recession.
That's awesome. You've got something here called the missing piece in front of you. Tell me about that.
Yes, it's part of the way to get the message out about the way to look at your business. One of the things that I found is people try to solve problems independent of each other. Mm-hmm. And in fact, the solution is, how do all those pieces align with the others? We calibrate machines, we tune up our cars. A business is no different. We have to look at it holistically. So the missing piece is that alignment, and using what I've created, the business alignment model, has helped those customers in those segments that I identified earlier. I can pretty much guarantee 15% growth. Or said differently, I've never had less than 15% year-over-year growth using this idea. So if that's something that's important to a business, nonprofit or otherwise, this is typically how we do it.
Well, that's neat. And where is this available? Via your website?
It's available via Amazon, but the best place to go get it is called the missingpiecebook.com. Missingpiecebook.com.
That's
and
awesome.
That will take you right to Amazon. That will take you to a little bit about the book. You can download the first chapter just to try before you buy, and see if that's something that can benefit your business. Probably the key thing is every chapter has questions at the end, because I'm trying to get them to interact with the book and identify with some of the characters that I've created within the book.
Well, how neat is that? Rick, so nice to meet you. We wish you continued luck.
Thank you.
Help us become better leaders and grow leaders for the future. We're going to be right back with more Chamber Connections. Stay tuned.